everyone, I'm Fabio for Hi-Hats Project. Today I'm going to introduce you the new Stompbox from 2Notes Engineering, and this is the OPUS. The OPUS is basically an amp simulation and cab simulation all together in this compact Stompbox. As you can see, it's the same size and same shape as the Cab M Plus. So basically the OPUS is the Cab M Plus the amp simulation. And let me say, the amp simulation sounds really great, and it's the first time that the presets that I found stock by the factory sound really good, guys. So talking about all the connection, you can use this both with instrument level and line level. So you have the input here that you can choose from with this selection between amp, line or instruments. Then you have the output to the speaker, so you can go directly to your speakers if you want. Remember, if you go to the amplifier, you need to have a speaker connected because this is not a load box. Then you have, of course, the USB-C to connect to your computer to use with the remote control. Basically, as you can see, I'm using right now the remote control, and you have everything you can do without the remote if you want, but it's simpler to use the remote. As you can see, you have the preamp, the gate, power amp. You can choose between different kind of tubes. Also the preamplifier, you can choose between different kind of amplifiers, preamplifier, sorry, microphone 1, microphone 2, all the position you can choose from, equalizers or post effects, enhancer, reverb, and so on and so forth. And this is really useful also to manage all your impulse responses. You already have some impulse responses when you purchase the OPUS. So there are these DynIR engine, the property of 2Notes. If you have already other impulse responses, you can also load other impulse responses and also your own impulse responses. You can go here on IR loader and you can basically manage your IR here. You have also this slot here if you want to load other impulse responses. Talking about the output, you have the output as an instrument, so high impedance or line. So basically you can go to other Stompboxes or directly to a PA system. And you have also the DI output, so with the balanced output XLR connection. You have, of course, the ground loop and, of course, the MIDI in, which is provided the cable, and the aux in if you want to send some sort of audio. It's very simple. It's basically the same as the Cab M if you are familiar with the Cab M. So basically you have the menu and perform. So if you go inside, you can see basically all the routing. So you can use it as IR loader. So if you go inside, you can also change it with this knob. So you can use the DynIR or IR loader, so the property IRs or your own IRs or third-party IRs. Then you go back, you have the noise gate, you can choose it if you want it on or off. Then of course you have the preamp, so you can choose it if you want on and off, but if you go inside, you can also choose the model. So exactly as you have here on the virtual cabinet, you can choose everything here, you can do everything here, okay? So, and when I move here is basically doing the same on my editor. So let's go again to the preamp. If I go inside on the preamp, I can choose my preamp, for example, here, as you can see, is also scrolling. I can go inside and change, for example, the gain, treble, mid, as you can see. So everything is possible to do inside, but it's better, of course, it's faster to use the editor, and it's really well made, this editor. It's basically the same as all the 2Notes torpedo kind of family. So let's listen how it sounds, because I think it's really useful to get really great tone in a couple of tweaking. And basically, if you see all the kind of preset that you have here on board, you have lots of presets inside. So as you can see, you have 99 presets and are divided depending on the instrument. So for example, if you see the first letter is an I, and this means it's an instrument, okay? Or as you can see, there is, for example, this AC, so is for acoustic. This L is for line, because as you can see is for use with your revolt. So basically, if you have already a preamp, if I engage this one, as you can see, the preamp is disengaged. So it means that with these presets, you will use it as a cabinet, so a power amp and cabinet, so with another preamp section. So you have lots of presets that you can learn from, okay? So let me show you. For example, the first one is this one-fired Lexi, and it sounds really like a Plexi. As you can see, is with this Friedman 4x12 cabinet with vintage 30. And it's great that you can monitor here both the input and the output. Volume here. Preset number 2. I can also disengage, for example, here the reverb if you want to make it more tight and more for a rhythm tone. You can listen that there is this noise on the background, so I can engage the gate. If you want more. So when you purchase the unit, actually with this kind of firmware, you have this type of amplifier. So 1, 2, 3, 4 amplifier for guitar and 1 amplifier for the bass. And I think that with this kind of amplifier, you can play basically all kind of genre because they are really versatile. From the Foundry, it's really clean, basically a Fenderish style. Foxy, it's like a Vox. Then you have this Albion. So it's really like a Marshall style. Nifty 50 is basically the 5150, so it's the PV, so it's the high gain amplifier. Okay, and then you have this Peggy, which is for bass. It does not sound really good with guitar. So let's go further. Jimmy in the manifold. Okay, so now let's try to create our preset. Okay, so let's go to a default. So for example, let's start with the first one. For example, let's try a plexi sound. So let's go to this Albion, but very low gain. A tube, I like the ER34. We have more mids. Okay, let's open it. You can choose also pentode or triode. Okay. Let's try out with different position of the microphone, or different also microphones. For example, I like the ribbon, this one. Let's listen only this one. Let's bypass this one. I can also change the position. I can also change the cabinet here. I can also filter it. Torpedo, not any online, no bass, for example. So I can see that all these cabinets. Jubilee green. Maybe more bass. I can also change position. Okay, more mids and more bass. And the other microphone I can choose, for example, something like the Dynamic 57. To have this grit. Together. Yeah, let's now create something more aggressive. So let's choose, for example, this 9050. Let's choose another cabinet. So we can go always 4x12. Oops. Something more aggressive. So I can choose this Randall if I want. More gain. Yeah, last mids. Let's change, for example, the power amp KT. These are singles, but I prefer double. Contour. Remember that if you want, you can also bypass the preamplifier. And basically you can couple this with other kind of preamplifier, like basically the 2-notes revolt guitar, which is a preamplifier, and you can use this analog preamplifier, so not this emulation, and use this like a power amp simulation with impulse response. As you can record directly in silent mode, getting really great tones, guys. You can also engage, for example, the reverb. You can create something like solo style guitar. Alright guys, so this was Fabio for Hi-Hats Project. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.